Downloading generic safety messages from the internet can undermine your own safety program. On this episode, why the phrase "be safe" is a terrible safety message.
PeopleWork, the human touch in workplace safety. Available everywhere on Amazon. To learn more, go to kevburns.com/peoplework.
Safety people and supervisors get concerned when their employees won't buy into safety. They also complain about employees' lack of encouragement and a lack of accountability in the safety program. But what if the safety messaging is aimed below the intellect of the same people that you're trying to reach? What if you've dumbed it down too far? What if you've underestimated your own people? Well, communications that miss the target can undermine your efforts in safety. Generic slogans and those feeble safety campaigns downloaded from the internet don't resonate with most people. Now, there's a hint. There's a reason they're free for the taking on the internet. And people do not connect with anything that doesn't resonate with them. A slogan for a slogan's sake can do more harm than good. Generic safety messages are like an ill-fitting suit. I mean, you buy a suit off the rack and it looks like a cheap attempt to dress up, but go to a tailor and have one built specifically for you, and you're willing to wear it everywhere and proudly. The same too with a safety message. It has to fit perfectly or your people just won't wear it. Now, unfortunately, safety has historically been something that was added to the job. In an effort to help safety get as much attention as production, short slogans and mnemonics were used to try and make safety easily digestible. So cutesy was employed as a way of trying to earworm safety into the heads of employees. But then the landscape became littered with these cutesy safety slogans that were many times laughable and embarrassing. And many of these slogans cemented safety as an add-on, a thing you do to the job, and not a guiding principle for one's life. Now, is it any wonder that adults have a tough time buying into safety slogans that look like they were ripped from the pages of a Dr. Seuss book? I mean, how are people supposed to responsibly buy into something that looks so juvenile? Have a look at how many of the following safety messages remind you of the cat in a hat or there's a wocket in my pocket. A spill, a slip, a hospital trip. Safety is gainful, accident is painful. Stay alert, don't get hurt. Your head will go splat without your hard hat. 10 fingers, 10 toes. If you're not safe, who knows? If you expect your employees to take safety seriously, to buy in and own safety as a personal value, they have to have a safety message that resonates with their own personal values. Going for cutesy always affects the uptake of the safety message. I mean, just do it is Nike's message. They own it, they promote it, they built their brand around it. I mean, anyone who dares use their slogan and an army of lawyers comes down hard on them. Nike owns just do it. But be safe is no one's message. No one owns it. No one has a bevy of lawyers who to the death will protect it. So if it belongs to no one, how can there be ownership of the message? How can you expect your people to buy into a message that you or your company don't even own? Safety people who ask their crews to be safe may as well tell them to go ahead and be a PhD or be an astronaut for all the good it'll do. Unless, of course, the crews already are astronauts, and then, well, that's different. Be safe is an incomplete set of instructions because you have to do something before you can be something. You can't instruct people in what you want them to be. You instruct them in what you want them to do. Nike's message isn't just be it, it's just do it. Besides, be safe is a result, not an action. Your safety record is the result of a series of individual decisions and actions all lining up. One decision could have changed everything. You don't just be safe each day, you do safe things and make good decisions day after day. Be safe gives the indication that you can turn it on or off on command, but you don't want your people to just be safe. You want them to act safely, to watch the backs of their fellow workers, to take safety home and impart the ideals of safety to their families. In other words, you want your people to buy into safety through their decisions and their actions. If the challenge is to be safe, then the nobody moves, nobody gets hurt philosophy is the fastest way to get there. But that's not what you want. You don't want them to be safe, you want them to act safe, to choose safe, to embrace safety, and to make the smart decisions for the betterment of themselves and their coworkers. Be safe may be familiar, but it's impossible to do, and it's not very well thought out. And as a supervisor or safety person, it's imperative that you understand the power that your communications have. You got to ensure that the things you say and communicate with your people move them to taking a positive action that gets a positive outcome. I mean, flippantly throwing around phrases like be safe don't accomplish that. And they lessen the importance of affecting people at a personal level. Now, if you're looking for a few other ideas to improve safety communications and buy-in with your people, PeopleWork, the Human Touch in Workplace Safety, has 2 full chapters on safety marketing and communication, including how to build a successful safety marketing campaign.